All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the Florida Live and our second live here on the Florida Live channel. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in live. If this is your first time here with us live, please make sure you hit the chat and let us know where you're checking in from. Introduce yourselves, say hello. If you're here for the replay, thank you so much for checking out the video. Hopefully, if you guys plan on moving to Tampa, Florida, and you have some concerns about the utilities here, specifically the electric, hopefully you guys can get some good information from this live. And again, if you're here for the replay, get some information from the replay. Let me say hello to everyone that's checking in on Instagram. If you guys want to join the conversation, please hop over to the YouTube channel and join the conversation. All right. So let's just jump into the first comment. We got conversations with D&D. Let's talk utilities. Thank you for joining conversations. If anybody doesn't know, conversations with D&D is my wife, Danielle. She's going to be doing a little bit of moderation on the side. Of course, we have the baby, so kind of doing a live with the little guy is a little bit difficult. Ron M. Hello, Ron. Pittsburgh here. Ron is going to be moving, if I'm not mistaken, to Orlando in 2023. Ron, you know that the clock is ticking and it's not going to be long before you're here. All right. So, again, guys, if you're here on IG, jump over to the YouTube channel and join the conversation. All right. So what we're going to get into is the agenda. And that is, we're going to discuss the cost of electricity here in Tampa, Florida, specifically Tampa Electric Company, which is TECO. All right, so I'll be referring to Tampa Electric as TECO as we move throughout this video. And the last part, after I go through my notes and everything, is, of course, my little live Q&A. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, this is your opportunity to help build this community and, ask your questions, and you'll definitely get your answers. So Florida has really a bunch of different power companies. You got Florida Power and Light, Duke Electric, Tampa Electric, Gulf Power Company, and Florida Public Utilities Company. But as you see, that little blue, whatever, section of the map is TECO. And just a little bit south central of Florida, they got another little sliver of customers. And of course, this is all an average. It says the average customers is 706,000. As you see, Florida Power and Light has the majority of its customers here with 4.7 million customers. But of course, we're going to be focusing on TECO because you guys plan on coming here with us to the greater Tampa Bay area. So you found your place, you got your house, you got your apartment, your condo, your villa, whatever it is, and you are now figuring, I need to set up my utilities. And that, of course, is going to be TECO. So in order to start the service with TECO, you're going to have to put down a deposit or they can run your credit. That's the first thing. Now, that $280 is for us, because what happens is you have to pay 2 times what your average monthly bill would be for service at your residence. So if you are getting into an apartment, just to start out here in Tampa, and your monthly utilities is $50, then your deposit's going to be $100. For us, we got into this house. And of course, that 280 is going to be twice what the monthly average would be. But I opted not to get the deposit. I opted for them just to run the credit. That was just my preference. And I didn't have to put any deposit down. So if your credit isn't great, I believe they use Experian to pull credit ratings. And if your credit isn't that good, then obviously they're going to tell you you're going to need a deposit to start service. All right. So again, as I said, the deposit is based on twice the average monthly bill at your location. So the good thing about any deposit is that it incurs interest. So whatever money you put down, it's going to go into an interest-bearing account, and you'll earn interest off of that, which I'll get into a little bit later on. The good thing, if you're concerned about, your finances, is that the residential deposits are refunded after 23 months of continuous service and no more than one late payment. All right. So if you have one late payment in that 24 or 23 continuous months, you're good. You'll get your deposit back. But if you have 2, 3, you can forget it. You're never going to get that money back. But as long as you're paying your bills on time, you should not have any problem getting your deposits back. Now, this is something that I thought was really, really good about TECO. In the past, where we came from in New York, we started service, at our residence, and you had to wait for a technician to come and turn on the meter and do all of this stuff. I like TECO for the fact that you don't have to do that. You can actually get your service turned on remotely. So there is a cost to that. It's only $10 if you've had service before. And let's say you have a new build. So you're getting your house built from scratch. They'll charge you $110 if you had not had service there. So, of course, if you have a new build, you've never had service. So you would expect to be paying $112. And that or the $10 will go on your first month's bill. So that's something that I thought was really, really good. I don't know how they do it remotely. I was very impressed with that. That was something very beneficial to us considering we were coming from New York. One thing that I didn't make a slide on, I just wanted to bring to your attention, is that our utilities here are actually buried utilities. And that's good when we have some of these crazy thunderstorms here and the heavy, heavy rain. I think we did lose power just once in the 6 months that we've been here. And the power actually came back on very, very quick. And that's one thing that I'll have to give praises to with TECO. One, they're very quick in restoring any lost service, but they also keep you informed. It seems like every step of the way. It's like the power goes out, you get a text message, you'll get an email, and it'll tell you, hey, power is out either at your address or nearby, and we're investigating the cause for that right now. And they tell you, hey, look, we got crews on the way. Crews are there. We identified the problem. Power should be back on by this time. And I think that one time that the power was out, it actually came back on a lot sooner than they anticipated. So that was a very good thing. So did I lose you? Oh, lost you for a second, guys. Sorry. One thing I don't like is the eyesore of the utility poles and the wires overhead. I like the nice clean look where the utilities are buried. All right, let me just jump into these comments so I'm not too far behind before I actually get into actually what it costs. And again, we've only been here for a total of 6 months, so it's not going to take that long to get into that information. Ron M, conversation with D&D High. Actually, me and my significant other are planning on moving to the Clearwater area in the next couple of years. Well, congratulations. Definitely a beautiful area. We went to Clearwater Beach maybe the first couple of months that we were here, and that beach is very, very, very nice over there. Big Mac Sam, my boy from New York, says, and we are live. What's going on? Big Mac Sam. Let's see. Who do we got? My other boy, my partner in crime. I actually work with this guy in our local law enforcement community, Rolling on Three Wheels. Saying hello, everyone. You can check out his channel, Rolling on Three Wheels. If you into Can-Am Ryker or Spider or any motorcycle with 3 wheels, check out his channel. This guy is the authority on all things with 3 wheels. Appreciate you joining me, bro. Nice merch. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the Florida Life. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate that. All right. So let's just get back into this power thing here. So what has our electric bills been since moving to Tampa, Florida? Again, we've been here 6 months full time. So we bought the house back in November. I was still working towards my retirement. So we closed on the house back late November. Had to go back to New York to finish up work. Came back down here full time on January 6th after retiring from work. So 6 months we've been here. What have those costs been? So our first month here, $85.74. Not bad. I'm like, listen, I can deal with that. If you saw our empty house tour, I mentioned I am cheap with the electricity. I don't like any lights being on that shouldn't be on. That's how I grew up. And now being an adult with my own home, I understand why my parents will always like turn off that light because electric costs definitely increase. But I did everything that I could to help mitigate the cost, change all of the regular light bulbs to LED bulbs, got rid of the standard bulbs, even got rid of those CFL, bulbs, the curly ones, got rid of those, went all LED. Made everything smart as I could. So a lot of the lamps in the living room, all of the bedrooms, except for my son's room, they're all controlled by Alexa. So I'm shutting lights off if I see them on. And a few timers that turn the lights on automatically into like the garage and the laundry room. But all of that stuff helps, keep the cost down. But $85 wasn't bad. Keep in mind, it's wintertime in Florida. It's wintertime everywhere. But for Florida, the weather wasn't bad at all. We were definitely into some 70, 75, close to 80 certain days. So we really didn't need, too much of the ceiling fans and the central air at all. So now moving into February, we jumped from 85 to $163.90. Why is that? Because now we're getting more into the winter months and it got cold. Now, there are no heating systems like up north and, maybe in the Midwest where you had, a furnace or a boiler, steam vent, steam radiators or baseboard heating. That stuff does not exist here at all. What we have in our HVAC is called a heat pump. And I don't understand it. I don't know how it works. But for some odd reason, it actually warms the cooler air. And I don't understand the science behind it. I'm not even going to pretend that I do. But it takes a lot of energy to convert that cold into warm air using the same system. Again, I don't understand it. But that bumped up our cost significantly. All right. I should have listened to my realtor. He said get a couple of space heaters because you're trying to heat this house. Our house is about 2,200 square feet, and we're trying to heat, these 10-foot ceilings in every room, the upstairs, the downstairs. That'll be a whole nother video that we'll get into how to heat your home properly in the wintertime in Florida. But that's why our cost jumped up from 85 to 163. So we're out of February. Now we're into March, and we're at 137.33. Why? Yeah, we really weren't running the heat too much because of the previous month. We saw how it jumped. So I'm not quite sure why we are still at this amount. We should have actually dropped down a little bit more, closer to that 85. But for whatever reason, we really missed the mark somewhere along the line. So we're out of March. We're into April now. Now you got April showers. We're getting into springtime, right? What's going to happen? Boom. 137.50. Still in the same, ballpark. So I'm saying to myself, all right, not bad. We're running that central air a little bit, not so much, but I'm figuring this is going to be our average course. So I'm content. I'm saying, all right, I can deal with that. But here comes May now. And trust me, I blew a gasket when I opened up that bill because it jumped from 137.50 to $222.87. Wow. That kind of threw me off big time. And I'm mad, man, because I'm cheap with that electric. And Danielle will tell you, I'm like, shut these lights off, turn this off, turn that off. Why do we need that on? But now I'm like, all right, something's not right, but it's the HVAC. It's the central air. We're running the central air because now those mid 70, low 80-degree temperatures are now jumping to like 85, 86, 87 degrees. And we hit a couple of 90-degree days during the month of May. And it was hot. And we're running the air conditioner, or the central air, trying to cool down this 2,200 square foot home. Plus the fact we got the ceiling fans going to help. So these numbers are what you could expect. With a house this size, running the air, not even 24/7, because obviously you got cooler at night, but that's where we were in May. So now, last month was June. Got hotter out. We're running the HVAC, the central air a lot more than we were in the previous month. And the bill jumped from 222 to 259. I wasn't happy at all. At all. We did everything that we could. We were focusing on the lights, but these LED bulbs, they weren't pulling much current. If we were home, we were either downstairs or upstairs, so the lights really weren't an issue. We're seeing that the HVAC, central air, is a problem. But I found something out why it jumped from 222 to 259, and that was because I was neglecting the actual filter of the air handler. I had to put myself on a schedule. You have to change that filter out or check it at least every 30 days. After 60 days, you got to change it. They're relatively cheap. So I found that the actual air handler was kind of struggling to keep the house cool because it wasn't pulling enough air out of the house due to the fact that the actual filter, it wasn't clogged or anything. It was just dirty. So now I put it on my calendar every 30 days, check it at minimum. If it still looks good, I'll let it rock a little bit longer. But once I get to that 45-day, 60-day mark, I'm definitely switching them out because $259. And from my understanding, it's not even hot yet. And we've been in high 90s for a minute now. So they're saying August is the hottest month here. So I can only imagine what this 259 is going to look like if I don't pay attention to properly maintain this system. All right. So let me just jump back real quick into the comments to see what's going on. We are at 22 minutes, which is not bad. This really shouldn't take too long. But let's just see where we are. Scroll back. All right, so Danielle says, yes, we lost power at home and it came back on within the hour, which was actually very, very good. Very happy about that. Big Mac Sam says, wow, you've been there 6 months already? Yes, we have. Time is definitely flying and we are enjoying every single minute being here. Let's go. Ron M says, I think the utilities are buried closer to the beach is correct. That I'm not 100% sure, Ron. We are about, let's safely say about an hour. I know we can get there a lot faster, and that all depends on if there's a lot of beach traffic or the day of the week. But to be safe, let's say we're an hour. We're about an hour away from some of the popular beaches, Clearwater, Indian Rocks, St. Pete Beach. We're about an hour away. We have some closer beaches to us here in Tampa, Ben T. Davis Beach, the Courtney Campbell Causeway Beach. They're about 35, 40 minutes with really no traffic. But I've seen power wires, overhead. So I don't think it necessarily has to do with how close you are to the beach or not. But I know where we are. I'm very happy that they're buried for sure. Big Mac Sam, nice shirt. Yeah, I saw your video, my friend. Nice shirt, nice shirt. Rolling on three wheels. Says Brooklyn, New York City electric bill in the summer about $200 a month. Yes, I know. I don't know about New York City. We were on Long Island, and the utility costs there were some of the highest in New York for sure. Conversations with D&D. We actually like that the power lines are buried under the ground in our community. Yes, that's a big, big plus. A Rich, my sister, what's going on? Appreciate you joining. She says 137 isn't bad. You don't know your brother too good. I had a fit. You know me. I like the 85s. But she's saying 137 isn't bad. My sister's been here a lot longer than I have. But we thank her. We love her so much for really helping direct our steps to get here. But 137 is bad in my wallet. Big Mac Sam, interesting that the power lines are buried. I've never heard of that. Yeah, they are buried even in New York. There are some communities up there where they are actually buried. Let's see. A Rich plus TV, internet, computers, etc. Yeah, if all of that stuff is running, it's definitely going to contribute. But I'm going to get into that real quick. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you what TECO has analyzed for us on their website. So don't go anywhere just yet. Ron M, what is your gas coming in at around these summer months? Usually it offsets up north. I'm not quite sure what you mean as far as gas. Are we talking for automobiles or for the home? So just clarify just a little bit, and I'll get back to these comments after I finish up. All right, so it broke down January, February, March, April, May, and June. This is just a screenshot of the actual bill from TECO to show you where I got those numbers. I did not make them up. They are right here for you to see. So what was TECO's analysis of where our power was going? Check it out. So this is their analysis of our bill. 55% of what we're spending is for cooling. 4% heating. Now, that was that month, not even the full month, maybe a couple of weeks out of those cold nights that we had. 4%, 21% to heat the water. That's something I got to look at. I'm going to have to adjust the temperature on the hot water heater because that's a lot. 21% just to heat some water. That's a lot. And we really don't need too much hot water down here in hot Florida anyway. So cooking 4%, refrigeration 3%, lighting 3%, other appliances 9%, and the dishwasher 1%. So those numbers really aren't that bad, but that cooling, more than half of what we're paying is to keep this house cool. And if it was just me in this house, listen, I'd be in my boxers with no shirt on, sitting under these ceiling fans, in a heartbeat. But, I want to make sure everybody's comfortable in the house, especially the little guy. Want to make sure that he's, very, very comfortable. But that's not too bad. A Rich, when you talk about, the lights and, the computers and all of that other stuff that's on, again, lighting 3%. I switched everything to the LED bulbs. That really cost us absolutely nothing to keep the lights on, even though I don't like it. It's really nothing. It's just that 55% to cool this house. So I'm going to make sure. And if you guys, get your homes when you get down here, please make sure, you pay attention to your central air system, because you got to make sure that those filters are clean. Make sure that it's properly draining. Make sure that outside unit, it's getting enough air. So if there are bushes around it, make sure you have at least 1 foot of clearance, between the actual outside unit and any bushes or shrubbery or anything like that. Make sure you have, your landscapers, if they're coming, make sure if they're trimming anything, getting any grass, if it's inside that unit, hose it out, because any little bit of obstruction will affect how that unit performs. And that's why we were suffering with these cooling costs initially. So I'll see what's going to happen, come, next month's bill when it comes in August. We'll see how that goes. Let me just address the IG folks. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Jump on over to the YouTube channel so you can join the conversation. Who we got? Ron BK80. I just came back from Orlando, and that humidity is no joke. Yeah, man. The humidity is definitely no joke. All right, so let's just jump back over here real quick for the comments, and then we'll just get into a little bit of Q&A. Let's see. Big Mac says, dang, hours here in the Bronx was 296 this month. Listen, Con Ed, man, they have some high prices too, but you would think it would be a little bit better than Lipa on Long Island, but that's a lot, man. If it's just you and the wife, that's a lot, man. You guys are leaving some some lights on, or you're doing too many videos, bro. A Rich says she's stressed, and she's laughing. Yeah, I'm stressed. Well, I was. All right, Ron M. Gas bill for the home. Did those costs go up? But I think someone answered my question with the type of heat you said you had that ran off electric, right? Yes. So there is no gas service in our community. We've walked around, and some people have these tanks outside of their house, so they're actually getting their gas shipped in. I know that there is natural gas available for the community, but nobody's going to take on that cost. So for cooking, our stove is electric. Heating, all electric. So did it offset the cost? I would say a little bit. Well, actually a lot. I'm just thinking back because before we came down, we were in an apartment. We didn't pay for heat or anything like that. But before the apartment, the house, the heating, we had oil. That was a big issue, especially during the winter months, because the costs definitely were exorbitant. But yes, not having to pay for natural gas or any type of gas to cook or heat the home with definitely is a plus. We have a newer electric stove, not the old, electric coil type thing. Ours is actually light, which is very amazing to me that we're cooking with light. So it uses light to, heat the element, which is great. So you saw what the heating costs, the cooking costs were. It's a very small percentage. Big Mac Sam says, yes, they were definitely surprised by that amount too. So yeah, but that's it. That's the cost of electricity here in Tampa. One thing that I did not have another slide for, TECO says that their customers pay about $118 and change for 1,000 kilowatts an hour a month, whatever that means, which is the second lowest cost for electric in the state of Florida. So I guess because they have such a small customer base, less than 1 million, but I'm sure with the amount of people that are moving to the Tampa Bay area, I'm sure that number is going to increase a bit. But overall, I'm happy with the service that we get here in Tampa with the electric company. I'm not so happy with the cooling costs. But again, let's see what happens next month after, that July bill comes in, because again, I've definitely been staying on top of this central air system. Ron M says, do you prefer the electric or gas stove? The wifey wants to argue with me about the electric stove. Let me tell you, if you had that old school, like my grandmother's house in North Carolina, that old school stove with that, that spiral, heating element, those things took a long time to heat up. And yeah, it took a while to cook a meal. I kind of like gas because, you turn it on, boom, you got that heat, it heats things up quickly. But I'll be honest, Ron, this electric stove that we have, this cooking with the light thing, it's no joke, man. I mean, when you turn that thing on, you see that orange almost immediately. So it definitely heats up really, really quick. One thing too, with as far as cooking here, we had to make some adjustments. I don't know if it's the altitude or whatever it is. But I give you a quick example. If there was something that required us up north, let's say cooking at 425 in the oven, we either have to lower the temperature here or use less time, because 425 up in New York is not the same for whatever reason to 425 here, because things are cooking faster and in a shorter amount of time. I don't know if it's this nice new, fangled, cooking with light stove or not, but it's definitely a difference. But I don't mind it, to answer your question. If you need somebody to go to bat with you, with wifey, I'll definitely go to bat. It's definitely, it's good to cook with it. So do I prefer it? I guess I do. I do prefer it because it's fast. I have no problems with it. A Rich at Ron, the person who cooks the most wins the debate. I don't know. Danielle might tell you something a little bit different. She might, tell you that she likes, the gas over, the electric, or vice versa. So that's not a good argument. Big Mac Sam reminds me of Back to the Future kilowatts. What was Back to the Future? Gigawatts or something? I don't even remember. I actually watched that not too long ago. A Rich says we're closer to the equator. So that's all right. Yeah, that's that look. That's the reason why things are cooking faster and we don't need as much heat, because we're closer to the equator. All right, I'll give you that one because I really don't know. All right, Ron says, nice. I keep trying to tell her that she may be surprised by the electric stove. Yeah, she'll definitely be surprised about it. It's not bad at all. Yes, gigawatts. All right, so like I said, we're happy with the cost of electric here, with the exception of that little snafu with the central air system. So again, if you guys are coming down, hopefully you find that Tampa is the area that you guys decide, or the Tampa Bay area is the area that you decide to move to. You would definitely enjoy being here. We love it. We've made some, good friends here so far. Everyone's been very welcoming here. I'm very thankful to have, my sisters here. I have some extended family. My aunt, my old next door neighbor is here. One of my good friends is planning on moving here. So, this is a good area, especially if you like, I don't want to say it's quiet, but we are not too far from the activities of downtown, so we can escape, downtown and come back home to the nice, quiet, suburbs in a sense. If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you follow us on our social media channels. We would definitely appreciate you guys being here, taking this journey with us. We have so much content to bring to you guys. This is something that, I wanted to do once I got down here. If anybody did see my little law enforcement video, how I started my career in '96 to the point that we're at now, that's what my other channel is about. And I know I mentioned it in another video. It might have been the last live that I bring that to you guys' attention. But, my other channel was all about law enforcement stuff. So this is definitely something new. The whole vlogging thing, going out, showing, our experiences. That's definitely something that's new to me. It was always just, what they call, the talking head. This is, the talking head, where I'm bringing information about new laws and stuff that was going on, to keep, myself, you guys, safe out there driving and moving about, in New York State. But I enjoy this. Again, Danielle would love to be here doing the live, but Christian would be tearing this live up and, touching everything. And it just would not make for, any good content. But we definitely are going to be making, time, at some later point, maybe an earlier live during the week where he might be napping. We can jump on real quick and, bring some information and content to you guys. We're definitely going to be bringing you some live content out as we're moving about. I don't know if you caught the drone video of the fireworks that the community did here. It was good. I'm still working out some, some kinks with that, but going live from the drone was an amazing thing. I've been testing it, trying to, get the settings, 100% correct. But that was fun. So we'll definitely be doing some drone stuff as well. And that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else for you guys. I'll jump back into the comments to see if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that. Ron, what temp do you keep your air on? Believe it or not, 77 is what we actually keep it at pretty much the entire day. Unless it gets a little cool. Trust me, at 77 degrees, the house definitely gets a little cool. I try and keep it within that energy efficient rating. If I bump it down to 75, it gets too cold. So we try and keep it at 77. If it gets too cool, but we want to kind of keep it, comfortable, might bump it up to 78. But 77 is where it's at. The house maintains 77, which is good. But you still hear it running, from time to time when the temperature outside is, in the high 90s. That thing outside is running all day, trying to keep the house at 77. But I do have a smart thermostat. I did some research on that just to answer, a little bit about, the 77. I got the Amazon thermostat, which TECO gives you $50 in rebates for. So keep that in mind as you guys come down. All they ask for is a receipt and a picture of the Energy Star rating on the actual pamphlet that comes with the thermostat, and then a picture of the unit on the wall. So I think I got it for like 40, I think it was like $44. And, I sent everything in online, and I tell you, it's probably less than a week later, to be honest with you. I had a check in the mail for $50. So that smart thermostat cost me nothing. I can control it from the phone no matter where we are. And if you know anything about, Alexa, they have the routines and hunches. So she says, all right, people are in bed, I'll change the temperature and things like that. So that works out really well. But 77 is where it's at. Big Mac Sam, my brother-in-law wants to move there. I don't know what part of Florida, though. He's going to wait until his girls finish high school. That would be in about 4 years. We did our research, and the story already, man. We looked, and my sister can tell you, we were going to go, Port St. Lucie, and then we looked in West Palm. We kind of looked at Sebring and Kissimmee, Orlando area. When we kind of made the decision to come over into this side a little bit, I was asking her all of the time. I would send my sister's been here so long. I would send her the zip codes. Hey, what about this zip code? And she would say yes, no, and it's all right. But that's what we were doing, sending her locations, and she was just like checking them off. Nope. But we are very happy here where we are. So in 4 years, this area, if he decides to come to the greater Tampa Bay area, man, it ain't going to be the same because we've already seen changes, up the road, maybe 2 miles, it was great. You can see cows, grazing out there. But now the little 6 months that we've been here, them cows are gone and they are building a whole new community down there, man. So things are definitely changing here seemingly overnight. Ron M., what's the one thing in particular that sold you on Tampa? Man, I don't know. That's a good question. What really sold me on Tampa? I'm really not a beach person, but I've grown since I've been here to enjoy the beach. If you haven't seen, either one of the shorts that I did or a video that we did at Apollo Beach, St. Pete Beach, we did another one, Manatee Beach in Holmes Beach, which is on Anna Maria Island. Amazing. And we've heard about Treasure Island and Madeira Beach. There's so many beaches over here that we haven't even yet to explore. But I think that kind of sold me on it, being close to the beach, being kind of close to the downtown area. If we wanted to, get, ourselves out and enjoy the evening. There's one thing my sister said, do you want to be far away from things or do you want to be relatively close? Where we were in New York, if we wanted to go check out a Broadway show, it would literally take, an hour and some change just to get into Midtown Manhattan. And that's just going through the tunnel from Long Island City to Manhattan. And then getting through all of that Manhattan traffic was another problem. So you could literally be in your vehicle for an hour and a half before you got to your venue. But here again, we can get in our car 35, 40 minutes, be downtown. We took a trip across the state, took us, 4 hours to get from here to Fort Lauderdale. But Tampa is where it's at, man. I do like, the other side, the Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, I like it, Deerfield Beach, Boca Raton, I like it. But here, I like it being close to the water. We, go out on the boat. So that's kind of what sold me, man. Being close to the water, being relatively close to these nice white sand beaches with the clear water, literally. That's why, we kind of like being here. Let's see. Big Mac Sam. Port St. Lucie is where my brother-in-law's oldest daughter lives. That's actually where my grandmother is. She's still in Port St. Lucie. And that was one of the original places that I wanted to go, but not now. But what do we got? Ron says, I agree. First time I saw that area, there was something about the whole setup there compared to the others. You come into the Clearwater area, beautiful area over there, man. It does get a little congested. It took us a little while the first time we got over there. And I think this was even before spring break. It was just a lot of traffic. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be literally like in Clearwater, just keep that in mind. All right. So where are we at? We're at 46 minutes and change. Who we got over here? Just checking the Instagram. Appreciate you guys jumping on, spending this time with me and learning a little bit about this Tampa electric stuff. As I always say, guys, please do not forget to hit the like button. It's very important to help the algorithm. I know you hear all about the algorithm, but it does help move us up in, the ranking. Hopefully, other people can, check out this video and help, we can help them as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. I think we just hit 151, which I thank each and every one of you for that. We're definitely growing. like I like. I know some people want to hit, all of these big numbers right away, but Big Mac Sam would tell you, Rolling on Three will tell you, Danielle would tell you, as long as I hit, or not hit, but as long as I help just one person, then I'm happy. I don't need, well, shoot, I'd love to have, and I know I will get there. My other channel, we just hit 8,500 and change. So that channel is still growing. Pretty soon I'm going to be making, some announcement there, and hopefully I can get some of those subscribers over here to join us on this channel here. So we definitely are growing at a snail's pace, yes, but we're still growing. I want to hit probably 200 by the end of the month. I definitely think I can do that. Hopefully this video generates a few subscribers to the channel. So definitely don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. And as I always say, guys, finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. 1 Peter 3:8, my favorite verse out of the Bible. It means a lot. Something that I try and live by all of the time. So I always close out my videos with that. But I appreciate you guys, from the bottom of my heart, for being here, for joining me this evening. And we got one more late comment. Let's see what we got here. Big Mac Sam says, I agree. The channel always grows as long as you keep making content. Yes, man, it definitely does. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you joining me tonight. Please, thank you so much. Continue to support the channel. Continue to support Big Mac Sam. Check out his channel, Rolling on 3, Conversations with D&D, and any other content creator out there. Please make sure you support those guys. Ron M says, thanks for the video. Keep them coming. We're trying, man. We're trying. We got a lot of help with these videos before we came down, and we just want to do our part, man. We want to help any way that we can. So we definitely appreciate you, man. And keep us posted with your journey to Clearwater. Thank you so much. And I think my apologies to Ron BK80 over here on IG. I believe he was coming in 2023 to the Orlando area. All right, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you all. We love you, and we'll definitely see you in the next video. And we hope, like us, that you too will soon be enjoying the Florida life.